And I don't know how you may have done in your term one, but I know with many students, they actually have been DMing me and commenting and asking for help to be like, yo, I have been struggling, okay? And what's important is that you have to learn from your failures, okay? Because we've all fallen victim to failing, to not getting the marks that we wanted, you know? Even for me, okay, like a top student, an A student in my first year of university, which was last year, I actually failed my accounting software test, okay? And that test was worth, I think, like 30% of my overall average for that module. And I was scared. Like, I was like, wait, I didn't even know what to do with myself. I had failed it and I needed to come back. That just shows that I've also been a victim to failing, guys. So in this very video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to bounce back from failure, okay? How to bounce back from not really getting the mark that you really wanted. You know, perhaps you didn't actually fail. Perhaps you just got in the 60s, but you actually wanted to get an 80% in a certain subject or module, you feel me?
Clap back, clap back, clap back, clap back, clap back, clap back. I got time today, I'm finna clap back, clap back.
Okay, now, as cliche as it may be, but the very first tip, it has to be that you have to do your corrections. Okay, corrections, corrections, corrections. I'm sure you've heard your teacher saying, you've heard everybody tell you you've got to do your corrections, but genuinely, you actually have to do it. But I'm actually going to be showing you how you're actually supposed to do your corrections, okay, for each and every subject. Now, the subjects where you actually have to apply yourself, like maths, perhaps accounting, perhaps physics, right? These are the subjects where you actually like applying your knowledge. So it will actually be like you actually redoing the questions, right? So if a question was about, let's say, acceleration, and you had to calculate acceleration, but you got it wrong, right? Now hide the corrections, right? Hide the answers that you were supposed to get and redo it yourself, right? If it's perhaps a subject or a module that is more theory based, right? That had a lot of reading to do, like maybe let's say a comprehension test or something, now you have to redo the actual comprehension again. Like, it's not gonna be very fun, of course, because you're gonna read through something and be like, no, I've already read through this in the test, you know, and it will make you relive that trauma. Wait again. But trust me, it's gonna help you out, you feel me? Because when you are redoing the stuff and you're then getting it correct, then you won't make the mistake ever again. Trust me, you're not gonna make the mistake ever again, and you're gonna thank yourself for doing that. Now, before I carry on with this very video, I haven't introduced myself. I am Kutlwano, aka Clap Back Studies, and we're all about clapping back them disrespectful studies, you feel me? Because they've been in our way, they've been getting in our way, and we want to get distinctions and we want to make our parents proud, you feel me? Because that's the motto. That's the vision, okay? Now, if you feel like this video is helping you thus far, please do subscribe, you feel me? And please do share this video with your friends, because I've got loads of videos to help you out. And of course, if ever you have a request, right? You want me to help you in something specific, you want me to make a video on, let's say, tips on how to study for English or tips on how to study for accounting or something, please do leave it down in the comment section and I will respond with a video to help you out. So let's get back into this video. Now, the second thing that you're doing now is re-evaluating where you went wrong and where you went right? So you need to actually see, like, why wasn't I able to actually study enough for this test, right? Is it because I was procrastinating too much, playing too much PlayStation? Was I on my phone too much, right? Now you need to start eliminating those sort of things, because now you're re-evaluating. Actually, you're looking into your life to be like, okay, why is it, right? Am I too busy chilling with the girls too much, you feel me, after school when I'm supposed to be studying? You know what I mean? Like, actually re-evaluate and look into your life to see, like, what are the things that I've been doing wrong? Am I not getting enough sleep? Like, a lot of students think that, like, pulling all-nighters every single day leading up to an exam will help you. Like, it won't, okay? You will not be able to have the enough brain power to push you through that exam or test paper. So please, okay, like, check, like, am I getting enough sleep? Am I eating healthy? Am I exercising, right? These are like some of the external factors that we take for granted, but these are actually the things that can help you to get good results, you feel me? Because if you're getting enough sleep, you are drinking water, if you are eating healthy, right, these are things that are helping your brain to be able to function better. You feel me? If you're not procrastinating and you are using your afternoons correctly, then that means that you are getting enough studying hours to be able to ace those exams, right? So now you are re-evaluating the external things. You feel me? And then, in the spirit of re-evaluating, now look into the study methods that you've been doing, okay, like that you've been using, right? How have you been studying, okay? Because sometimes I've noticed that students don't actually do justice when they study, because some students, I've noticed that y'all do the oh yeah method, okay? And I've also been a victim to the oh yeah method when I was still doing bad in my academics, right? And the oh yeah method is basically when you open your book and you read through a few pages of the textbook and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah, I remember this topic. It's about, okay, yeah, close your book. And then you go and write your paper, okay? And then you don't really do as well as you want to do, okay? That's the oh yeah method, and I hope you guys aren't doing that, okay? And it's a joke, obviously, but like, I'm being serious, guys. Like, actually re-evaluate where you've actually been doing poor in your studying, right? Because if you are gonna be cramming the day before, it's not gonna help you, okay? Cramming is not gonna help you for long-term memory of what you have studied, so if you're not being diligent with your studying, that's also wrong, okay? Like, a lot of students, they go through, with their highlighters, highlighting the textbook, going highlighting, but genuinely highlighting is not gonna get the information into your head. You feel me? So that's also another thing, where that's also another studying method that's really horrible, okay? Just highlighting your stuff and reading through it and thinking that information will get in your brain is not going to help you out, okay? And then there are two essential study techniques that every student need to use, okay? I mean, there are different study methods, okay? And I know we all study differently, but these two, I feel like, apply to every kind of student, okay? To all of us, genuinely, okay? And it's gonna help you, and that is active recall and Pomodoro technique. Now, on this channel, I've spoken about the Pomodoro technique here and there in some of the videos, but basically Pomodoro technique is where you basically study for 25 minutes and take a short 5-minute break. 25 minutes, short 5-minute break. 25 minutes, short 5-minute break, right? And you keep doing this until you reach the certain amount of hours that you wanted to study for, right? But the whole idea is not necessarily about just studying for 25 minutes. You can adjust it to maybe say you want to study for 45 minutes, then take a 15-minute break, or you want to study for 50 minutes and take a short 10-minute break, right? It's genuinely up to you, but the whole idea about it is that you want to study focused, okay? You want to be focused when you are studying in that 25 minutes or 45 minutes, like genuinely, like just being into it, okay? Studying without any distractions, into it. And then you take a short break, because genuinely when you are studying, you don't actually need a long break, okay? Because the minute you're gonna take a long break, you're gonna get distracted. You're gonna want to scroll on your phone on TikTok for hours. You're gonna want to watch a show or something, The other technique is active recall. Now, active recall is all about testing yourself with the material that you've learned. You feel me? So what you're gonna do, right, there's different ways of using the active recall, but basically the essential thing is to test yourself. So read through your textbook and go through your notes, go through the homework that you've been doing to learn the topics, right? And then write down what you've learned, okay? Without looking at your textbook, without referring to your textbook and your notes and stuff like that. Then you're gonna write down on a piece of paper or a whiteboard, which most people prefer when they're doing this method, to use a whiteboard or a piece of paper, and you're gonna write down there the topics that you've learned and the understanding, right? Because now this is where you are testing yourself to see, like, do I actually understand this topic? Okay, and this is very helpful for subjects like physics, biology, what else? You could also say history, geography, like subjects that also have a lot of theory in them, and they have a lot of notes, like things that you need to know, right? You can just write down and try and remind yourself, like, okay, what is a chromosome? Okay, chromosome is this and this and that and that and that, And sometimes it won't really be like word for word, but at least if you have a good understanding and you have a general consensus of like what's happening in this topic, then you're good, right? Then you know that you're good. You feel me? So when you're using the active recall, you're basically writing down and you're testing yourself to see, like, do I actually understand what's going on, you know? Last tip for this video is to do pre and post reading for your module or for your subject, you feel me, before going to the class. Okay, so before you go to class, make sure that you've read through just a little bit of like what's going on in the chapter that you guys are going to be dealing with. You feel me? Because when you do that, then you are able to develop questions before you even go to class, right? You know, like, if already when you're reading it on your own, you are able to see, like, no, I don't actually understand how microeconomics works, you know, like I don't actually understand how to do an accounting ledger, you know, how I'm supposed to debit and credit certain accounts, but how is it that I only have expenses that are debited but liabilities are credited, you know, and stuff like that. Like, then you are able to develop those questions, and when you get to class, you're able to ask your teacher those questions as they are teaching, you know, because genuinely some topics are really hard for you to just grasp them while you are in class, you know, because while you're in class, your teacher's trying to move through all these topics quickly, you know. And you must also do reading after class. Okay, so once class is over and you are back home and you're done with your homework, just read through the notes that you have from class and read through the textbook again, right? Read through that same topic to make sure that you really understand, right? Because if you are doing the post reading, right, you're reading at night and you realize, man, I don't understand this, then go and ask your teacher again. You feel me? Alrighty, we've reached the end of this video. Now this is the exciting part, right? I'm gonna show you guys the result that I got for my accounting software. Having failed the first test, that was the 30%, the final exam I got and overall I passed that module, and I was super happy and excited because, you know what, I thought maybe like I was gonna fail this module and need to repeat it this year, you know. But you know what, your boy pulled through, your boy did good, you know, and it was all thanks to the tips that I had already given in this video, right? Because I've also been doing my own learning and researching on how to come back, and guess what, it helped me, so I really hope it will help you. And of course, there are so many more study tips and studying techniques that can help you to really get good results in your term 2. Please do click on this video here that's popping up on the screen, that's gonna teach you on how to study smarter and not harder, right? Because sometimes you may want to study for 5 hours when all you had to do was just study for 2 hours and you would still be able to get good marks, you feel me? So click on this video here that's floating, and I will see you in that very video.